Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the ever seen a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. No, they thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They took it to 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know when Mace, Pops, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a break.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
On 2nd and 12, Darnold eluding the pressure right. Looking downfield for Dez. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Throwing, Prescott. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check 43. Go 80. Slam.
From the end zone, here's Darnold. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see What I thought, that had to be, come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bell. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down. That's where Crowder makes his hay, in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with them in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years and sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, 5-7.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That's right. We can't be stopped.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Watch twins.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go, King. Get off the field.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, Back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Tighten up, tighten up. Everybody, kill. Watch the shoot. Check, crunch.
This is Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Come on, fellas.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
57 for Mike.
47.
Push him back. Off. 57. Mike, 57. Watch the pass.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. From the 22, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Check 13. Check 13. Hey, orbit.
Here's Darnold. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just about on his own goal line. And take it right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Watch the screen.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Go to 54.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Mike 57. Check.
Go to 54.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. This is Anderson over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Now it's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A first down throw, Darnold. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. And the Falcons have opened up the lead there to a couple of scores. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught inside the 20. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
He's checking crack. Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Looking again that time for Amari Cooper, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
He's checking. Crash. Watch the safety creep. Hey, kill.
Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And again, it's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. The kick by Maher is good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
Let's go!
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, check, yo, 80. 26, check 26. Hey, Alpha. Sponge. No.
A final shot before the break. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Get ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you.
He's got a man, complete. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play here for Dallas. 65 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the second...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Yellow lady.
55 is Mike, guys. 55.
Hey, Echo.
Let's go, D.
Throwing again is Darnold. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth. You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
47.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line. 26.
Here's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Jets, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Go 80. Red 80.
Just like that.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Here goes Hunt. Red 80.
55 to Mike.
On the ball.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And an alley to run. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Marr on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Cowboys 45, Jets nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear it. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
Hey, that's all day, baby. Your shot. Hey, take your shot. Back to huddle.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Going deep here for Bryant. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So dangerous. Dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Look at me. Door. Ready.
On 1st down, it's Weber, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Here we go.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the edge.
Bam.
He's coming. Double up.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get point.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go. Topper. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You can't block me.
You're out. Go.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He was brought down by Darryl Roberts. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
60 outlaw.
54. Mike, 54. Let him know, let him know.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Let's go now. 8-3.
54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Ready.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Shoot.
And they will take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Dallas, they remain as hot as anyone. 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.